I'll introduce one player. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. And then you can introduce the other. So in the top right-hand corner, spawning as the green town, we've got Birdenz.
And in the bottom right corner, spawning as the purple Terran with a very classy command center skin, we have RageSpectre.
Yes, RageSpectre. yeah, the classical skin. Yeah. Both of these players, like I've known them for like I've known Birdenz for at least a month. I've known RageSpectre for probably like 12 years. So I don't know. We'll see. RageSpectre has played the game on and off for a good while. He's not a super competitive player, but you know, comes in every now and then, wants to have a good game, wants to have a bit of fun. Birdenz, I've never seen ever play this game, so this has been interesting because like he's been in chat for months, and I've never seen a single game. So he's a mystery. He's a mystery to me.
It's very interesting. Looks like standard openers out of both players. I want to say Birdenz, Birdenz Barracks was a little bit faster, but that doesn't mean anything. It was like a second. I haven't been paying attention too much to the stream lately. You know, I've been coming in and then just hopping out. So is Rage still hooked on mech? Are we going to be seeing mech out of Rage?
I suspect so. I think he does favor mech.
Okay.
It's not usually the Widow Mine style, such as yourself, that you used to play. It's more of a tank Thor style. But he has been adding
more standard mech.
Yeah, a little bit more standard. He has been adding more and more Liberators and stuff on, so we'll see if that happens. But it's more of a standard mech style.
Yeah, there's the factory.
There is a mule long distance. Oh no, it's going back for Birdenz. There's the factory. Oh, the Reaper's coming along. This should probably pick off this SCV because it can get it for free. But I do like that it's running across the map. But it will face 3 Marines.
Now, what I usually do, I'm only gold, so I don't know if this is actually effective. What I usually do is I usually stick one of those Marines on patrol on the high ground, and that usually catches the Reaper, and then I can throw the other 2 Marines up there with it. I find that that's pretty effective at stopping Reapers.
The problem with that is 1 Reaper will beat 1 Marine, so if it does just jump up on the high ground, the 1 Reaper will kill the 1 Marine. So it can be a little bit of back and forth. Usually what you do is what I've noticed, if you do want to open this many Marines, for example, what you do is you throw a bunker on the low ground, you throw 1 Marine in the bunker on the low ground, and then you throw all your other Marines on the high ground. It looks like this Reaper's getting a big SCV pull. There's 3 Marines here. They should be able to clean up this Reaper. I'm not sure how much damage is going to get done.
The one thing that Reaper wasted a ton of value. It was on patrol, like scouting for some reason. It could have probably picked off 1 or 2 SCVs, but it didn't.
Yeah. So it looks like Birdenz about to take a 3rd base as well. Right?
That's quite an early 3rd, I think.
Yeah, no, it would be, but he's got an SCV there, but doesn't seem to be doing anything.
It's a very nice floating starport.
It does look like double factory for RageSpectre going into mech. Now, Birdenz looks like he's favoring bio, so it looks like we're going to have bio versus mech. So it might not be as slow of a game as I previously thought.
Not a whole lot happening.
Yeah, not too much going on.
Just standard openers, standard bio, standard mech.
This SUV's been over here for so long. Although we do have cloaked banshees coming out. Will RageSpectre be ready for this? He's just thrown down 4 turrets, but he doesn't have any turrets that is natural. There is 1 cloaked banshee coming across the map. I wonder how much damage you can do.
Well, from the direction it's flying, not a whole lot. If it doesn't change its course, it's gonna face a missile-y death.
That's definitely true. Okay, Starport coming down for RageSpectre.
Rage is also supply blocked.
Yep. He's got just one supply depot making. Should have probably multiple. This Banshee not going to do too much into these turrets. It should turn around right now. Okay. But now it's going to go probably around to the natural, and this is going to be a little bit problematic. There's no turrets on the natural at all. It will have cloak. So it could be very strong here. There's a second Banshee being produced. And it looks like the third is coming down for Birdenz as well.
Banshee deciding to take the long way around, wanting to make sure it doesn't get hit by any possible turrets. 1-1 mech. 1-0 starting for Birdenz. Yeah, the Banshee missed its time. Those turrets are going to be up, and that Banshee's not going to be able to do anything.
How do you beat tanks? So there's a lot of ways to beat tanks, got it? Aside from more tanks, you can drop on top of the tanks. There's a few other ways. This Banshee's going to get just picked off.
Yep. Missed its time. That's 2 failed harass attempts so far.
Yeah. Now RageSpectre is getting a few Liberators. Got a fair few tanks here. Got a fair few Hellbats, but Birdenz is getting a very fast third. Slightly faster than RageSpectre. RageSpectre's third is coming along. But yeah. Okay, the starport has been taken off. Going to be making a reactor so we can start getting the medevacs and the Vikings out.
Yep. Hellbats don't quite have blue flame yet. Should probably start thinking about that upgrade pretty soon here.
Yeah, so many missiles.
Oh my goodness. He's building the missile turrets at his third before he builds his third.
Hey, he's prepared. He's ready.
Very.
There are Liberators already set to go along and siege up, although this one I think might siege up right in front of a missile turret. I'm not sure.
Talking about the bottom or the top one?
The bottom one. I think it's queued up to siege right in front of this missile turret. Well, no,
he saved it just in time.
The third is coming down. Well, actually, I think there might have been a F2 press. I don't actually think he saw that. Yeah, he didn't actually see that. He accidentally just pressed F2 and both the Liberators came back. It just happened to be happenstance that it saved them. I think he's sending them back over again now. Or at least that one. Sending the other one back over. This one is actually just going to run straight over the top of Birdenz' army, I think. I wonder if Birdenz does see it. No, maybe not. Doesn't see it, but there's a huge army here. This is going to be a planetary, though. And there's a lot of tanks here.
Yeah, and those are 1-1. Those are 1-1 tanks, 1-1 Thors.
The Cloak Banshee's coming in, just getting a good scout. If he comes in range of this missile turret, it's dead. Yep. There is one tank here. This one's going to get a really good shot off. Scan goes down to C. The Liberator does come up over here, gets 4 kills. The other Liberator on the other side's 10, 11, 12. And it looks like Birdenz just gonna back off. Not sure what to do. No, almost stims through into all those tanks.
That would have been disastrous.
Lost a lot of workers on the right hand side base. Lost 17 workers all up. Yeah, it doesn't have all the medevacs. There's so many medevacs just sitting in Birdenz' army, but they're not rallied to the army. So you can't do any drops, can't use them for mobility.
And he accidentally misclicked. He brought a SEV with him too. Not sure how much good the SEV is gonna do.
Probably not too much, but sometimes they are good for attacks. You can build walls and stuff like bunkers across the map. Okay, a fourth coming down from Birdenz. Birdenz repositioning a bit. I think RageSpectre realizes that he's repositioning and is also repositioning.
Honestly, I like the economy out of Rage. We got 3 saturated bases, a fourth coming down, but what I don't like is the production. It's only 3 factories and 1 starport.
Yeah, yep.
That's not going to carry him very far.
That's true. That's true. He does need to start building like probably 4 to 5 more factories. He's had both of these armories going for quite a while, but hasn't actually started 2-2. And will be very, very important with this composition. He's getting that at the 4th.
Double expand from Birdenz.
Oh yes, yeah, double. I didn't even see that other one. Wow. Okay, it looks like he's sieging the 1 tank up, trying to scan to see if he can get a shot, but it's just out of range. Still has a whole heap of units in the main base. I think he's starting to fix up some of the rallies. He's now getting the armory, so he can start getting 2-2.
That was, yeah, also another thing. It's been like a solid minute after Rage got his 1-1. 2-2 has yet to be started, and he definitely has the money for 2-2.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Banking up so many minerals, which is kind of normal with mech, but...
yeah, okay, so these Marines didn't do all that much.
They just kind of ran in and died.
Okay, it looks like Birdenz moving out with a sizable force here. Still has some SCVs just idling, just outside his natural. Does have a few idling just next to his 3rd. Could transfer those workers to a different base.
For some reason, he has yet to grab the gas on his 3rd. He doesn't need it, but he still hasn't grabbed it yet, which is kind of odd.
Oh no, that's actually quite normal. Like if you go and buy the bottleneck here is actually just minerals. You actually just want more minerals, so it's actually fine just to go up to 4 gases and then just take the rest minerals from then on.
All right.
Because the only thing you're using on gas is usually the engineering base and medevacs. Because like you don't normally keep, you do keep up a little bit of tank production, but like that's it. There's not too much else.
Big stim in.
There is a big stim in, but there's no tank set up for RageSpectre. This tank is set up though, which will allow Birdenz to siege. What? No, it goes down very, very quickly. There is a 2nd tank here, but it's a little far back. Oh, the stim forward. There is a lot more units coming across the map from Birdenz.
See that?
Yeah, it's getting in. Any of the tanks being repositioned?
The Marine army is just absolutely slaughtered.
RageSpectre has dropped down a bunch more factories though, so
no, I do see that.
Has got production up. Has got 2-2 on the way. Yeah, what's Birdenz playing is? Birdenz also got 2-2 on the way. So if you're planning to play a bio style against mech, what you really do need to build is you need to have a lot of marauders, because what happens here is these hellbats will just fry marines. The tanks will like one-hit marines, whereas if you have a whole heap of marauders, the marauders will do extra damage to tanks. They'll do extra damage to Thors. You really need your composition to have a lot of marauders, and we're just building so many marines here.
On top of the fact that he is behind in upgrades, and mech already being what it is, you know, big beefy robots. You want to be ahead in upgrades, and he's behind.
Yeah, definitely.
Production's looking a little equivalent. We're seeing banshees out of Rage. I'm not entirely sure if that's normal. I certainly haven't seen that.
Yeah, I don't know the reasoning behind that. I thought the 2 starports, or the 3 starports here with Tech Labs, were for a BC change, and we do see a fusion core go down, so I kind of expect that as well. Now there's 4 Vikings already on the way for a Birdenz, so I'm not sure what the plan is to use for those.
Yeah. 2-2 going to be finishing up a whole about 3 seconds earlier. For Rage. We're seeing a lot of expansion from Birdenz.
Yep.
That's one thing, which is kind of weird. I would think if you can't secure the expansions, it's really risky taking them.
Yeah, definitely. And there's plenty of places on the top left that are much more secure to expand to, just under Birdenz' original 4th. There's a good spot there, or the top left corner as well. It's decent. But yeah, the bottom right next to RageSpectre's base, I think it's definitely a little greedy. A scan does go down, and Birdenz is coming across the map, but RageSpectre is reacting.
Rage saw that.
Oh, these tanks will need to be sieged up if they want to do anything at all. Oh, I don't know. Maybe there's just enough units for Birdenz here.
I think there is. Oh, that army's about to get taken out.
Yeah, the tanks do get sieged up, but there is a tank here. The planetary is still there.
Yeah. That push is going to be halted, but that was a big mech ball being taken out. That was a really solid pick.
I don't know. There's going to be a slow push of tanks up here. I think Birdenz can keep sieging this base.
I think, oh, Rage going for the flank with the Thors. Oh, never mind. That would have been really funny. Oh.
Yeah, it looks like a bit of a flank.
Nothing's better than the good old Thor flank. Or not. Maybe it's just bad rallying because those just died.
Oh.
This is actually a really solid turnaround for Birdenz.
It looks like this planetary is probably... Oh, no. Birdenz is unsieged. Oh, I think those tanks are just going to walk into... Yeah, the tanks there. Well, the Marines try to cover for them so they can get a few extra shots off. I mean, the Marines are kind of just walking into die here. But they're giving a little bit of time for Birdenz tanks to... Oh, they're going to get set up. I think they're going to hit RageSpectre's tanks here. No, they're hitting the planetary. They didn't hit the tank. And the tanks explode.
I think that push is pretty much good as gone, at least on that base.
I don't know. Birdenz is on 160 supply, where RageSpectre is a 92. And there is a BC transition from RageSpectre here.
I do see that. Two about to come out, yeah.
Yeah. RageSpectre does have... Wow, there's a whole heap of Marines just walking into these Liberators here. Just slowly getting picked off.
A little bit of a misrally.
We've got two BCs teleporting to the top of the map. They are going to get some damage done. We've got 3 BCs on the way, 2 Liberators on the way, 4 Hellbats. So yeah, like a lot of units being built from Rage now. These 2 BCs are going to do a lot of damage.
Rebuilding that mech army.
Which is why air superiority is strong in TVT. Yeah, definitely. Usually it's like Vikings being made Dreadlord, but yeah, Liberators, interesting. Banshees are cool. Banshees are pretty cool. Yeah, this is a very greedy base in the bottom right-hand side. It's so close to RageSpectre. If RageSpectre knew this was here, could easily push up with tanks or something. But
yeah, very easily.
Yeah.
That's a hilarious wall, though.
Yeah. So 3-3 just started for RageSpectre, whereas 3-3 is already done for the Bio army of Birdenz. Birdenz does have a lot of SCVs in this army for some reason. I don't know why. None of these tanks are sieged up. None of the Liberators are sieged up. Oh, this is a really big stim forward. It could be very strong.
Yeah, and the Thors were on move command.
Oh, the Liberators set up though.
The Liberators were set up, and now they aren't anymore.
Oh wow, this base might go down. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, the BC's coming just in time. I think the BC's will deter this attack. Now the BC's teleporting into the other BCs. Now there's 5 BCs across the map.
That's going to be quite a force to hold.
I know. Birdenz is still pushing. It has so many Marines down here as well. I don't know.
Honestly, just from the way this game started, I expected Rage to take this pretty easily, but it's been swaying. You know?
Yeah, not sure. Both of them have a bit of a bank, but RageSpectre is only on 96 supply. So only has those BCs and these 2 Liberators. It does have a huge bank, could be looking to make an army right now, probably needs to use his production right now, but isn't actually. Is probably just microing these BCs.
Yeah, that's what he's doing.
Which
he needs to do if he wants to save them, but...
Yeah, okay, now we see a production round go through, and we see his supply jump up by, like, 50.
I think a couple more factories would be beneficial. You
No,
know,
I think he just needs to use them more regularly. I don't think there needs to be more factories if he's just constantly producing. And even this factory on the right hand side, you see how it's full?
Yeah.
Because the Thor can't get out.
That's really not fun.
Now, RageSpectre is going to try and expand to this bottom right base and does see all this. Is probably like, what's going on here? Okay, we do see two Liberators coming over, probably going to set up. They probably start killing some of these workers. We do see Birdenz coming down. This side. I don't think there's any tanks set up around here. They could just walk in here. This could be very, very strong. I don't know whose scan this is. That's RageSpectre. Can I see the army? But there's nothing in position here. There's a big marine stim here. There's so many marines here.
Oh, that's gonna be real bad.
Yep. Yeah. There's okay. There's a few BCs here that just popped out, but I don't think they can kill this many marines. There is a planetary here, so maybe the planetary plus the BCs, maybe. But I think
the fact that supply depot placement.
Yeah, I think the supply depot placement is definitely helping. There's 3 more BCs just above them.
Yeah, and those tanks aren't sieging.
Yeah, it does look like. Surely he just builds a planetary next to the base. That'd be pretty funny. Yeah, you know, this is the most aggressive orbital command I think I've ever seen. Okay, the BCs seem to have teleported back over. They've got Yamato now, so they're going to try and take out the missile turrets with the Yamatos. One does get cleaned up. Be aware that they do have, I think, +3 armor. Yeah, but no attack upgrades.
They do indeed.
No attack upgrades.
Yep, 3-0.
Okay, so we do see RageSpectre go down a heap of supply again. We'll say, waiting to see if he goes up and builds another wave of production. He's building 5 tech labs. He's building a whole heap more factories. But no units out of it. Okay, now he's doing another wave of production.
I wonder if he's ever going to notice this Thor trapped.
Yeah, not sure. Not sure.
If he would just lift this reactor factory right here, that Thor could get out.
Yeah, definitely. There are a fair few SCVs just idling around when they could be mining. There's 2 Liberators over here idling around. It looks like there's another big run by from Birdenz here. Birdenz is rallying a whole heap of more Marines across the map and some more tanks. It looks like he gets this base. So, like, the big thing about dealing with mech is to try and keep them off bases, and I think he's keeping them off bases a fair bit here. There's not a lot of tanks left. There's not a lot of tanks from RageSpectre. RageSpectre is very, very, very gas-starved. He needs to build a lot more Hellions, a lot more Hellbats, and use them somehow. And he needs to mine more gas because, like, there's no gas mining this third. Even though there's 2 refineries there ready to go. Now, these Blue Flame Hellbats, they're probably going to go... I thought they would have done a little bit better, but no. The planetary is doing quite a bit of work here, but that's about it. A big repair comes down. Now there's 3 tanks here.
Bit late for that though.
Yeah, a little late.
Yeah. Honestly, I think Birdenz is in the lead now.
Yeah, Birdenz is in a very good position.
He's got a better economy. He's up supply. He's producing consistently, which is a big thing.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he's using up a lot of his money. It does have that top base, and it's getting that top left base now. It looks like RageSpectre is looking to push across the map.
I'm not sure what pain he's talking about, but whatever it is, it's really real.
I don't know. Yeah, so RageSpectre has still not put the workers back on the 3rd or the 4th. These tanks are going to get a few good shots, but yeah, they're all going to get cleaned up here. RageSpectre does have 4,000. Okay, it's building a few more Hellions. I like this tank position from RageSpectre, and this tank position as well. They're going to get a good fair few shots off on these Marines before they get around the corner. I wonder if this Viking drops onto this tank. It does. Yep. It's going to get that tank. There's 2 more tanks coming though. They're misrallied in a little bit.
And that tank just barely saved by those 2 Hellions. Don't know if you caught that.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. The tanks are still alive. Wow. They're in range of this other tank, but they just don't have vision. I think a scan needs to go down. I don't know how Birdenz has vision.
Yeah, that's a fair question. Really, honestly, the only thing that's keeping RageSpectre in this game at this point is just the superior turtling power of the mech playstyle.
Yeah, definitely.
That's basically it. Because if Birdenz would wait like 3 minutes or so, build up about 100 supply. Actually, he could max out in a reasonable time. He could win this game. He really could. I feel like one big push could win this game.
How do you have 72 workers but 1k mineral? I feel like there's a whole heap of AFK workers. There's some here AFK, some here AFK. This one's like a little bit oversaturated. This one's super oversaturated. This one's... I'm gonna watch this. The power of mules compels you, Dreadlord. The power of mules. If you see in the top left base, it's just mules.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
Yeah, money.
Who needs SCVs when you have mules?
Yeah, 100%. Oh, there's a big stim in here. Into some siege tanks, but there's a few tanks not siege. The planetary still here. This is very problematic. Still just building Marines Birdenz. The Hellions. Now these Hellions are very, very good for run bys. He can go and clean up a bunch of workers at some of these other bases.
Oh my. How?
I don't understand. I don't understand.
Game 1 goes to Rage.
Game 1 goes to Rage.
Apparently, if you can't beat them the normal way when you're playing mech, if you can't beat them, just wait. Eventually, they get tired.
They get tired.
That was a very interesting game.
Yeah, that was that was a very interesting game. Okay, so what are the other maps? So it is Death Aura and Ice and no, it's Death Aura and Pillars.
Honestly, I feel like there's a few points in that late game there where Birdenz, instead of going for those like small pushes, if he would have just saved up a little bit, he probably could have won.
Yeah, it's very difficult walking into tank fire as well. He needed to transition, needed to build marauders. You can drop on top of tanks. There was not a lot of medevac drop usage there. George, how far off is my game? I believe your game is at 7 PM, isn't it, Hulk Smash? Is that today? There's another game going today. There's so many people. What's the other game today? No, that's Cream Candy versus Hulk Smash. Wait. No, your game's on 5. So Ashira versus Hulk Smash at 5 PM today. No, 5. So in 2 hours ish.
All right.
Yeah, 2 hours.
Gearing up for game 2.
Gearing up for game 2. Okay, we'll throw both players in. Both players ready.
I think we should probably be expecting a quite similar match.
Yeah, we'll see.
In terms of builds.
Maybe Birdenz will try and do something different. You know, if it didn't work the first time, you don't want to run the same build into the same comp that RageSpectre likes to play a lot. I hope he swaps it up a bit.
That would be nice.
GLHF.
I'd like to see some more mines out of both of them.
Mines really aren't the best in TVT. They don't kill workers one hit, things like that. They're all right. But and I know you have used them in the past to some success, but most of the time, because Terrans have a lot of scans, they can scan mines, things like that.
Honestly, in the lower leagues, anything cloaked is just so overpowered.
Yeah, they can be very, very punishing.
Just because, like, unless you're playing Protoss, we should probably just introduce the players. I'll get to it after.
Oh, no, I mean, like, I introduced them the first game. I give a little bit of backstory. But we can say again, Birdenz spawning as the green Terran in the bottom right-hand corner of Death Aura, and in the top left-hand corner, we've got RageSpectre spawning as the purple Terran.
All right. Like I was saying before, so shoot, like unless you're playing Protoss, in which observers, like you just build observers, they don't really do anything. They just kind of follow your army around. You can use them for scouting. They're great. But in Terran especially, in the lower leagues, the select all army key is basically the only thing you use, and Ravens get prioritized when you do that. So you don't see a lot of Ravens in the early game, the lower leagues from Terrans, just because it's a lot harder to micro efficiently with the Ravens.
I understand that, but Terran's also very, very forgiving in the fact that you don't necessarily need a Raven to be able to see a mine. You can just scan.
Oh yeah.
Whereas like a Protoss or a Zerg, you need an Overlord, you need an Overseer, and the Overseer can also be killed by, I think it's 2 mine shots. So the very thing that you've built to try and deter the mines is being... Oh, wait. Sorry. I'm just going to hold up for a moment. RageSpectre is doing something very, very un-RageSpectre-y. This is not a mech build. This is a second barracks. Although, the build that Birdenz is doing is actually kind of almost a counter to this build, I think, in a way.
Yeah, I think Birdenz is doing a one base all-in. That's what it looks like right now.
Yeah,
anyway.
But yeah, RageSpectre is doing a proxy, which I don't think this proxy is going to go particularly well.
No. A proxy versus a one base all-in.
Although, it depends if RageSpectre builds units straight away, because... like, there's 2 reactors. I think these reactors are going to come online before RageSpectre has all the units.
I think so.
There is 4 barracks here, and usually you can do like a proxy 4-ax like this, but you don't actually want the gas. I don't know what RageSpectre is going to use this gas for, but it'll be interesting. I reckon RageSpectre will get to Birdenz base and just have less Marines and not have an expansion.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Birdenz is probably going to have to... Well, Birdenz might have to cancel that expansion. Just depends on when Rage actually plans on moving out. But, you know, he might finish it, and if he finishes it, then he can just lift it off. We see 6 Marines moving out across the map. Yeah,
this is really, really awkward because, like, the Marines are going to get across the map. RageSpectre is going to have nothing at home. And then what? Does RageSpectre attack Birdenz with his Marines? This is a little all over the place. The supply depot wall is starting to be built. Not sure what's going to happen here. There is only 6 Marines, but 6 Marines can kill a lot. Well, no, okay, there's so many more. There's going to be 10 Marines for Birdenz across the map, but RageSpectre is going to hit first. I wonder if Birdenz brings his army back or what happens.
Yep.
Okay. No. Okay, Birdenz springs. No, Birdenz hasn't reacted. He hasn't reacted to the Marines. The Marines are going back and forth a little bit. The SCVs do get pulled, and I'm assuming for a repair. I think they've got thrown on auto repair. The Birdenz army is pushing in to RageSpectre's base. It's going to do a lot of damage.
It is. It's at this point, it's really all about whose Marines kills the opponent's base faster.
Yeah. Like Birdenz is not walking up the ramp. RageSpectre is like doing a lot of damage right now. If we look at the supply, RageSpectre does also have more Marines. They just haven't been rallied inside. Now Birdenz is starting to move up the ramp. Has more Marines here, but RageSpectre is already in. RageSpectre isn't repairing as well. He lifts up. Oh, okay.
Yep, there you go. The ultimate savior to this game is just going to be a building in the corner.
Yeah, no bunkers for both players. It looks like RageSpectre is floating over, but I don't know. Okay.
This is a very interesting game.
Yeah, I think it's going to come down just to a bunch of Marines against a bunch of Marines on the ground.
SCV's getting pulled. That didn't go so well.
I wonder if this turns into a draw. No, they both got orbitals. But it can actually turn into a draw, honestly.
It can?
Yeah. Okay. Wait, so +1. So RageSpectre does have +1 attack. GG, well played is called from Birdenz.
Wow. That's game 2 going to RageSpectre, which means he's gonna take this
series,
bracket.
yeah. Sorry, I just want to check there for a second. Yeah, okay, RageSpectre was up a fair bit of supply there. GG, well played, goes to RageSpectre. Wow.